Hey, if you're making custom t-shirts as a hobby or trying to integrate DTFs into your existing shop, maybe you're doing some screen printing and some embroidery, and you want to integrate these and use DTFs to help grow your business for those small orders or even those large orders that maybe have a lot of colors. DTFs is a great way to do that. Um, Demand prints, if you've seen our website or watched any of our videos, we really pride ourselves on quality and helping people integrate these things in professionally. Um, we get a lot of questions about sort of the finer points of how to interact with demand prints. And while I think it's pretty intuitive, I thought I might just do a detailed run through of the order process today. It won't be very long or very complicated, but I'll just point out a couple of the finer details and mention a few things we've had folks tell us over the last few months that they appreciate or that they don't understand. And with that, I'll just dive right in and I'll try not to sound too salesy. We've been hitting a lot of the trade shows, and so if it starts to come through, I apologize. All right. Now, on the right-hand side, you can see that I'm already logged into Demand Prints. And if you've used this before, what you'll notice is that from the moment you log in, Demand Prints kind of turns into a tool here. You can still scroll down, obviously, and see all of the marketing messages, but in general, we try not to be a e-commerce website. We really try to be a tool that you can use to help grow your business. And so we kind of try to make it look like a tool. Um, when you the first step is always to add your artwork. So you can upload your artwork either by just clicking here and uploading the artwork, or you can drag and drop your artwork on. I tend to drag and drop it because I just think it's a little bit easier, but you can just click this and open it up. For demo purposes, I'm just going to drag it and drop it so I don't expose any sort of things in my own personal computer here. One of the things you'll also notice when you read down here is that we do support EPS files, PDF files, AI files, JPEG files, PNG files, and WebP files. You're probably familiar with PNG files. Those are very common. A lot of times you'll get PNG files if you're using tools like Canva to create your artwork. If you're using a tool to make artwork like ChatGPT, where you just ask ChatGPT to make an image, you'll notice that a lot of times those are actually saved out as a WebP file. That's an internet standard file, and ChatGPT will typically spit out a WebP file. These two types of files are web-based, kind of native web-based files, and they support transparent backgrounds. So a lot of times you'll get a PNG or a WebP if you want a transparent background. JPEG files are also accepted, although we don't really recommend uploading JPEG files because JPEG files, while they're small, compressed, lightweight files, they don't support a transparent background. So you end up with like a square. And if you have a white background, it's not really transparent. JPEG files can't support a transparent background. What we prefer, especially if you are interested in, really accurate color matching, is an EPS, PDF, or an AI file. Now, technically, PDF files and AI, it's an Adobe Illustrator file, are EPS files, but they support transparent backgrounds and as well. But the reason that we prefer those is, and especially if you're trying to match color, is you can work in the selected color space of your choice. If so, you can work in, say, for example, the CMYK color space. And we've got some articles on the site about this, and I can do a video at some point to walk through more of what that really means. But suffice it to say, like, if you really need accurate color matching, CMYK color space is probably how you're going to want to do it. And you're going to want to work with a tool like Adobe Illustrator or have an export of a PDF or an EPS file. Okay, we've gone kind of deep on those, but just to summarize, we accept these file types. And for the demo here, I'll actually just use a PNG because it's fast and it's easy, and I have one ready to go. Now, once you decide on your artwork, and let me grab this one because there's something I want to show you about how print area pricing works. Once you have your artwork, you just, as we said, drag it and drop it onto the tool. All right, let's walk through a couple things on the tool here. Most of the time, you're just going to drag it, drop it, and immediately set the size you want. And I'll make the size here, for example, say 3 inches wide. It automatically calculates the height for you. You can also do that in reverse. If you're more interested in setting the height and just auto calculating the width, that's fine. Just jump right over and set this, and it'll auto calculate the width for you. So I've set a 6-inch height, and it auto calculates this. It just maintains the aspect ratio of your image, but I'll go back and set this at 6 wide and let it auto calculate that. Down here on the bottom where you can see me moving my mouse, this little scale here just gives you just is an indicator of how wide it is. Like you've got it here, but it also shows here and changes just to give you a visual cue of I'm actually changing the size. If I, for example, said I want to make this 2 inches wide, you'll see that the scale down here changes immediately. And so that's just a nice visual indicator for you that, hey, I'm changing the size. It's also nice to see that because it lines up with the edge of the image. Now, a lot of these things you don't really have to think about, but like I said, I'm just doing a deep dive on the interface and when you're interacting with the tool here. So I'm going to go deep on a couple things. Because sometimes you maybe have an image that has a transparent space actually around the edges of the image on the top, the bottom, the left or right. But we actually trim that off for you when you drag it and drop it into the interface so that you don't necessarily have to cut it down. And that's actually true whether you're using a PNG file or even an EPS file like an AI file. That way we can get an accurate measurement of the left and right. And these ticks down here will align with the actual edge of the image and the visible pixels on the image. So you can just drag and drop your artwork, and even if it does have, like Monster here, even if it does have some visible or some space on the edge, it'll cut it down. And this is actually a really great example because you can see here that there's space here, but the reason that it's there is hidden in this image. There's actually little bitty pixels that are hard to see that are way over here. And I don't know if I can, okay, if I go this in this kind of dark mode and let me blow this up for you, if I can make it bigger. No, that's not working. Well, can you see right here, there's a little bitty white pixel right there. There's a little one right there, and that's why it cut it down, and you can see that edge there. Okay. Now, what you were looking at as well here in the interface is I can change the background color just to make sure that I'm happy with my transparency of my image. Or maybe I want to say, what would this look like on a black shirt? What would this look like on a white shirt? What if I wanted to select, I don't know, a purple shirt? And I can use that to either see what it might look like on a particular color shirt, or just, I like to green screen things a lot and make sure that I'm not missing anything on my image, so I know that my transparent background and my cutouts all look good. So that's just an easy way to let you see that. And then just click up here on the left to flip it back if you'd like to flip it back. Okay, so we drag dropped our image, we've set our size. There's a couple of other little things I can show you. If you're not happy with the image, you can just click this little button down here and start over. So let's throw Cheese Gun back out there and start over. And then this little thing on the right side here, this is View Print Area Pricing. You can turn this on and off, and when you do, what you see is you'll see this little highlight on the image show up behind the image. What that is that as actually when you drag and drop your image, that's actually showing you the surface area that you're paying for. You should check out for details on how this works. Like you could check out our print area pricing. But the reason I'm showing you this is that we don't charge you based on maximum width times maximum height of your image. We charge you based on the shape of your image, and this little print area pricing shows you kind of the general area that you're actually going to be paying for. So in other words, if you're printing a triangle, you pay for a triangle, you don't pay for a square. The one thing I'd mention about this is, and let's do another video at a later time about this, but it means that you don't ever have to gang sheet again, because since you're being charged for the shape of your artwork, there's no need to play Tetris with your artwork. And instead, you just drag and drop your image or upload your image, set your size, set your quantity, and move on. You'll be billed as if you're gang sheeting it, but you don't have to take the time to gang sheet it. So I would say check out our if you go to our pricing here and then you click on that, you can check out print area pricing, how that works. The good news is you can take gang sheeting out of your lexicon. You can stop gang sheeting. You can stop wasting all that time. And as a bonus, when you get your artwork in the mail, it's already pre-cut and ready to go. Okay, enough with the sales pitch. Let's go back to the interface here. So I've added my artwork. Let's go back to Monster. I add my artwork. I'm going to set my size at 6. It's going to auto calculate. I'm going to set my quantity. Let's get 15 of those. And then I'm going to tag my artwork. Let's talk about tags for just a second. When we were building demand prints and going back and forth using this ourselves, because we also have our own shop, both at our shop and with some of our early customers, they kept asking for things like, hey, can you add a field for a PO number? Can you add a field for a reference number? I'd like to be able to add, the name of the artwork. So it was like, here's all these fields that we just kept confusing the interface. So instead, what we decided to do was we decided to just let people provide up to 10 tags. I randomly picked 10 tags. I just never saw anybody put in more than 3 or 4, but 10 tags, and you can use tags for anything you want. So I can call this monster and hit enter. If I have a PO purchase order number, I might say like purchase order number 0001234. I'll add that. Maybe I have a client name I want to reference, so client me. Perhaps I just want to, find something searchable like, red, whatever you want. You can add whatever tag, whatever it means to you, up to 10 tags. It's good. A nice thing about the tags are they all become searchable. So when you tag something, those tags are searchable. If you need to reorder it, you can just go back, enter in the tag name, and reorder it. You can add design notes if you'd like to. Maybe you just want to mention something for us to pay attention to. But I want to talk about design notes for just one sec. Don't use design notes to say, hey, remove the background for me, those things. We made a decision a long time ago that there's plenty of ways to edit your artwork. I mean, you can edit it using, tools like Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. You can edit using Canva. There's a lot of great AI tools like ChatGPT or XAI, Midjourney, others, that it doesn't make sense for us to provide image editing tools here or even image optimizing tools here. Because I think we feel like you'd be better served by using those tools. And I don't think we could ever do as good a job at creating, an image editing tool as say, Canva does. So this is just strictly for like if you need to give us a note or ask us a question or something on your artwork. That's all. Okay, so let's refresh. Wind back. Added my art. I set my width. I set my quantity. Gave it a tag, and now I'm just going to add it to my cart. So when you're adding it to your cart, what's happening here is this is the very first time you've kind of indicated, hey, I'd like to purchase this. So that's the first time that we've actually uploaded your artwork to our secure cloud. And what you're looking at in the interface is just a low res thumbnail, but this is the first time we've actually uploaded your image to our secure cloud. Here you can see a lot of the details about your order, so that we're trying to at every step make sure all of your unit economics are visible to you. So total number of square inches, price per square inch, what's your subtotal. You'll have an opportunity to change your shipping option once you get to the checkout, but we are just kind of being transparent about the shipping option for our basic shipping. What's your total, and then go on. You can continue shopping, or check out. Let's just continue shopping because I want to add a couple more pieces of artwork here. Let's add cheese gun. Let's go 5 inches on that. I'll take 50 of those. I'm just going to tag it with cheese gun, and you kind of add it to my cart. You kind of get the idea of like, I'm making this look like it takes longer than it does, but in reality, once you're kind of get rolling with it, it's very fast. Got a couple. Let's go back and I'm going to go back and add one more piece of artwork. Let me see if I can grab one of my other favorite ones here, Space Cat. I'm going to drag Space Cat out. Space Cat was one of the first pieces of artwork we started using when we built the website. So let me go 20 of those, and I'm going to get an 11 by 11 on that one. No design notes. We'll go ahead and tag it with Space Cat. I'm going to tag it with demo as well. All right, let's add that to our cart. Even in your little cart here, you've got all of the unit economics. All right, let's go check out now. Now we're looking at an order summary here. So we've got, for each and every piece of artwork, you can see your width, height. You can make adjustments if you want. If you make an adjustment, it literally changes everything instantaneously. So the idea here is, as a tool, we want you to be able to see the precise unit economics of all of your artwork instantly. We don't want you to have to pull out a calculator and figure out what it costs for your total order or individual pieces of artwork. So as an example, you can see here, this one is currently at 4.25 pennies per square inch. But if I said, oh, I really meant to go 200, well, that actually pushes you into a new price per square inch category. And it not only changes it here for this piece of artwork, but it also changes it for this piece of artwork and for this piece of artwork that you're purchasing. And so all of the price per square inch, the amount you're paying per print, and subtotal for that specific piece of artwork, it all changes instantly for every one of them, and it updates your total order summary over here on the right. Likewise, if I said, watch this price down here, right, on this one, but if I said, oh, I really meant to buy 20, change that. So, right, you saw that change right away. The point is when you're looking at your sort of checkout review shopping cart screen, you have easy access to see all the unit economics, play around with your numbers, play around with your sizes, make sure it's all right. And then as you do, everything's updated in real time, and then just check out. So here, I'm just going to agree that I have the right to print everything that I've got in my cart. And from there, I'm just going to go ahead and check out. All right, now we're on the checkout screen. Here's another area we're trying to make as simple as possible. A lot of times, the first time you come to demand prints, you'll just have to fill all of this information out because you won't have had saved any of your shipping information. But what I would encourage you to do is pop up here to your account settings, jump into your shipping locations, and add a few shipping locations. Here, just for demo, here's the center of the universe. That's the address for Washington, D.C. I don't really think that's the center of the universe, but I thought it was funny as I'm American, and there you go, Washington, D.C. Home away from home, I'm live in Montana, so here's the this is actually the address for the capital in Helena, Montana, or the capital of Montana. But when you save these here, and you can have as many as you want, and we'll go back to checkout here. I think I'll go back to checkout. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's check out. Now I'm checking out. I have my home away from home or my center of the universe. So you can either fill it all out or you can just use one of your saved addresses. Continue. And at this point, because we're over $100, standard shipping is free. I'll leave it at that. And then continue to the payment method. Okay. At this point, I just talk about the payment methods for just a second. You can pay, credit card however you want, but also if you order frequently, you can save your credit card information. We don't store any of that credit card information at all. We use Stripe, as many people do, as our payment partner. Um, and Link is the service that vaults all your credit card information securely. So we don't actually have access to that. If you save your credit card with the site, you're actually securing it with our partner, our billing partner, Stripe. So they're compliant with all SEC regulations, security regulations. We never see your full credit card number, in other words. Okay, let's pay. Once I pay, it's going to process my credit card, and then it's just going to show me my receipt. So let's wait for this to clear my fake credit card, and here's my receipt. Now again, on the receipt, what we've worked to do is really expose all of the data and unit economics about your order as clearly as possible. So outside of your summary, we can see as I go down here, let's just take a look at Monster. I ordered 15, 6 inches wide. This was the height, total square inches. This is how much I paid per print, $1.63 per print. And my subtotal was this. I tagged it with these tags. From here, I can print an invoice. Now, what's happening here is it's actually generating a real PDF invoice, which is why it takes just a hot minute to do this. So if you highlight, you can kind of copy, paste, highlight anything on this order. One of the things I want to point out on this order, on this manifest for you, you won't see demand prints anywhere on this sheet. And that's because we got feedback from customers saying, hey, I might want to send this order to a subcontractor. And yes, I'm ordering from you, but I would really prefer it if they didn't get, a big shiny box with your name all over it. So we just decided to take and make all of our receipts print manifests here completely white labeled. When you get your prints in the mail, and they come pre-cut, by the way, I think that's a real benefit. They come pre-cut at no extra charge, but when you get them in the mail, they will have a print manifest. It looks a little different than this because we've signed off on all the quality. So when we print them and ship them, what you'll get is, hey, we looked at the quantity, we looked at the color, we looked at everything. And a real human being will literally initial those things and sign it and send it to you. But when you get it, or if you blind ship it to a subcontractor or a customer, again, there's no demand prints labeling or marketing or kind of like branding on any of it. So feedback from a customer, we thought it made a lot of sense. So that's what we did. Okay, where was I? Here's your invoice. I guess the best place to go would be, let's take a look at the dashboard. Now, you will get an email saying that, hey, my order is shipped. You will also get emails for, the things you normally would expect to get, like here's your tracking number once it's been printed. But you can also always come to your dashboard and see the status of your order. Is it in progress? Has it been completed? Once it's shipped, do I have a shipping tracking number? Once you do get that tracking number, it'll just show up right over here on the right, and you'll just be able to click on it and go see. We all get a lot of emails all of the time, and a lot of times I just like to unsubscribe to emails, or I just don't even check it 2 or 3 days at a time. It's kind of becomes a hassle. So you can unsubscribe to those emails if you'd like, and if you do, it's no big deal. You can always come here and get all your information from the dashboard and see the status of your orders. And if you need to, you can also export your entire dashboard that you see here out to Excel just for convenience. And if you click over here, you can drop this down and see some of the more details of your order. One of the things I wanted to show you here is this little button right here. This is a little hidden, but sometimes you just want to toggle, like maybe your logo actually was dark and you're having a hard time seeing it because it's a transparent background. You can just toggle that on and off right there, and it'll show you that. Okay, let's take a look at, we're going through the order process, a couple more things, and then we'll wrap it up. One is I could view any of my orders and pop back in here and say, I'd like to have another Monster. just click here to re-add it to the cart. And in this way, if you were happy with this, you were happy with the colors, uh, just reorder it and everything's going to stay the same. So pop it in here, set the size what you want it. Maybe let's just make this one like 12 this time. I'll take 10 of those and let's go like Monster 2. Tag it if you like. All right, add that to my cart. There we go. I'm going to continue shopping because I want to show you one more thing. If you have a lot of orders and a lot of customers, maybe you've got hundreds of them in here that you've ordered over the months or years, and you just happen to remember, I had one called gun. You can just search for that. Now, because it was tagged with gun, here it is. That's the order. It's going to show you the order it was a part of. Add that to your cart again. And then you have all the same functionality we just talked about. Looks good on a gray t-shirt. I'm going to set this at 5. I want 25 of those. I'm going to call it cheese gun again. Add it to the cart. And good. Go to checkout. Bang. I agree. Everything looks good. I'm happy with it. Continue. And continue. And check out here. Now, before I check out, though, I do want to show you one more thing. If you are tax exempt, be sure that you apply, give us your tax exempt and we'll approve your tax exemption. That way, if you're in a state that charges taxes, we can process everything in a tax exempt way. There's 2 ways you can do that. In a lot of places, you can just simply click here to make sure your tax, anywhere if we notice, hey, you're purchasing and we need to highlight the fact that maybe be aware it's not tax exempt. We've got a little quick link that'll get you there, but you can always pop in here in the menu. So it's really easy. Just right up here when you're logged in, new order, dashboard, search your designs. But in your settings, tax exemption, shipping locations, my personal information, or change my username and password, right? Just jump in here. You can click right here, or you can literally go to settings. And then from settings, you can jump into my tax exemption documents. Just upload it, tax ID, reason, submit it. We'll get a notification, we'll approve it, and then your next orders will come in as the next time you order, it'll be a tax exempt order. Let's jump back over here to our cart. I agree. Continue. Click. I need it tomorrow. Crazy fast shipping, overnighted. All right, here we go. And pay. And it was just that simple. So, very good. Let's just run back to the beginning here, and I appreciate you sticking with us for this deep dive. I hope this was useful, but despite the fact that this video is long, ordering with us is as easy as just run through it really quickly. Is as easy as just like either upload or search for something you had before. Space Cat we did before. I've ordered it. I want Space Cat again. Add it to my cart. It's downloading the original artwork for me again. I'll leave it at 10 wide. That's great. Give it cat 3. Add it to cart. Okay, wait for the original to re-upload. Cool, here we go. Agree, continue. Yep, that's the address I want. I will just leave it at standard shipping, and here we go. Check out. And then it's just that easy. So I hope that was helpful as a deep dive on some of the features that we think make Demand Prints a really good tool for using DTFs to help grow your business. We'll try to dive into some more things in the coming days and weeks and talk about artwork and color management and color accuracy. We hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm Paul from Demand Prints. Thanks for taking a hot minute to watch this with me.